Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Webinar Swaps, JV Zoo Webinars and Rich Willens Webinars. My name's Rich Willens, and thank you very much for taking some time out of your precious evening or morning, whenever it is that you're listening to this. It's so nice to have you along here. We are broadcasting live where we always broadcast live from the bottom of the great state of Mississippi on the Gulf of Mexico, just outside of Biloxi in my hometown of Ocean Springs. Welcome to my home, and I'd like to welcome you to my world of Internet marketing. We are the Internet Marketing Resource Center, and we are going to be coming out with Online Marketing Millionaires, where we're going to be helping you become online marketing millionaires through programs like this. And tonight, our guest on Webinar Swaps and JV Zoo Webinars and Rich Willens Webinars, it's a privilege to have him here. He's been in Internet marketing, it seems, since the Dead Sea was just sick, which means that between him and Al Gore inventing the Internet, he was there right at the right place at the right time. He's taken his career to the next level. He's written a book, a best-selling book called The Chronic Marketer. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. He's a guy that when E.F. Hutton speaks, that's an old advertising saying, people listen. When Brad Goss speaks, people listen. So welcome to the program with a new program on how to get 14 gazillion Google impressions in 30 days or less. Here's our guest tonight. Welcome to the program, Brad Goss. How are you, Brad?
I'm great, Rich. Thanks for the great intro.
Well, you're very welcome. You know, it's a privilege and an honor. You know, I have the opportunity to not only meet with you a couple of times. You know, one time was we were having a little like a fly on the wall as Brad Goss was holding court in his hotel room on Internet marketing in Raleigh, North Carolina. It was my first opportunity to share an experience or two that I had with him, and we've hit it off ever since. And in following Brad and following your career, it's awesome to know you, and it's awesome to see, you know, where you're taking things, and especially with this new thing you have about these impressions. You know, these numbers are mind-boggling. I don't know how you can measure them. I really have an interest in it because, like I said, and I've showed people that I have this Internet marketing membership site that I'm doing for my list, and I want to get some impressions too. So here's what I'm going to do, Brad. I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over to you. I'm going to take notes as well. I'm listening to every word. I'll be working the question box. Should anybody have any questions, we'll keep them all together, and then when it's time to do Q&A, that's what we'll do. And I got some great bonuses tonight. I got one great bonus in particular people are going to love. Give an opportunity to meet perhaps us. I'm not sure about you, but has something to do with Marketing Mayhem. So without further ado, as the French people would say, Brad, it's all yours.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, tonight I'm going to show you, and I'm going to do this really quickly. I'm going to do it without a lot of hype. I'm going to do it, you know, without the normal Internet marketing fanfare. I'm going to make it as quick and easy as possible. But I'm going to show you how I accidentally started generating tens of millions of Google image impressions every 30 days. Now, if you got an email on this webinar, the number that was given to you might be different than the number I'm quoting tonight, because every time I do this presentation, this is the third time I've done it. I did it once in Las Vegas for a group of Internet marketers about a month ago, and I did it on a private webinar a couple of weeks ago, and then this is basically the first public webinar that I'm releasing this on. But I'm going to show you how I generate these visits, and I do it in real time. So the numbers that I'm showing you today, these are taken from today's numbers. So you know, a month ago when I did this, the numbers were higher because my Christmas traffic is terrible. I'm not in the, you know, my website that I'm going to show you here in a couple minutes. I don't sell gifts. I don't sell toys. I don't sell the kind of stuff that does really well over Christmas. So if you're an affiliate marketer or you do something that surges over Christmas, your stats might be completely different to mine. But what I'm showing you here is a snapshot from Google Webmaster Tools. I'm not a, you know, I know a little bit about SEO, but I'm not like a super SEO geek, and I don't do a lot of SEO stuff like backlink building or any of that stuff. But I do have a Google Webmasters account. It's free. Just go to google.com/webmasters. You link it up to your website, and they start sharing with you how many impressions and how many clicks you're getting every month from Google. And you can get that from Google Analytics as well, but this is just a better insight, especially with this type of traffic. So I'm going to show you tonight how I get these millions of monthly impressions. I'm not going to start quoting the number. It takes forever to read it. But I'm going to show you how I get 15 to 20 million monthly image impressions, and most of the traffic that I get is from Google Images because of this system that I use. And nobody does this. So the few people who are doing it, like myself, are cleaning up with traffic because it's a simple tweak that you can make to all of your images, and it's been around for a decade or more. This method is 100% white hat. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. But it's if you're a search engine optimizer, there's nothing sneaky about what we're going to do here tonight. And I'm going to show you that this method is 100% free. So everything that I do, you can repeat this yourself with software that's already on your computer, and I'm going to tell you how that works. It's really simple, and I have a low-cost way to make it easy. So obviously, I'm not here for the good of my heart. I'm here to share with you a really cool thing that hopefully you'll walk away from this, whether you buy something from me or not, and you'll love it. But I'm going to give you a tool at the end. I'm going to give you the opportunity to grab a tool that makes this way easier. This doesn't require any backlink building. There's no SEO trickery going on here. This is as basic as it gets when it comes to optimization. And of course, as Rich said, I'm going to take questions at the end. I really believe that I want to stick around and answer any questions you have about this method. There's no secret here. I'm not going to give you part of the information and then reveal the rest behind a curtain or something. I'm just selling software that makes life easier. So who's this for? This is for anybody who runs an e-commerce website, whether you sell virtual goods or digital good or physical goods. So if you have a warehouse full of widgets and you sell those things, this will work for you. Or if you have a digital product business like mine, which I'll show you in a minute. Anybody who runs an affiliate website, especially Amazon affiliates, or anybody who's reviewing products and putting up images on a blog to review that product. Document marketers. So what a lot of people like to do is buy or have content written for them, and then they put it into PDF files where they'll embed links within the PDF files, and then they'll share those documents on websites like Scribed and DocStock and that type of a thing. So this works really well with PDF documents. Anybody who has a blog, basically, if you're running a blog and you're putting images up with your articles or with your content, this will work for you. Anyone using images or PDFs online. So chances are if you're watching this and you have a website, you're probably going to be able to take advantage of this method. And, before I go too crazy, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself just so you can understand who I am and where I come from and what it is that I do. I've been an entrepreneur since 1997 online. I'm Canadian. I'll apologize in advance for that. I'm sorry. I say things a little bit weird. I'm a best-selling author. I wrote a book called Chronic Marketer, and as Rich said, that was a really great achievement. Self-published the book, got it to number 40 on Amazon overall, on all products on Amazon, got it to number 1 in all my categories. Really, really happy day for me. I'm a board advisor for several companies, so I sit on the board of JVZoo. I sit on the board of a number of other companies, startups that give me equity in exchange for my time and my advice. So as Rich said, when I talk, hopefully people listen. Some people do anyway, some people don't. And I'm heading towards number 1 on Google for sexiest man on earth, just for fun. I took this photo here in Vegas, and I'm now ranking it at close to the top. I just started this process a couple of weeks ago, so it's not, eventually I'll probably hit number 1, but just for fun, I thought it'd be fun to rank number 1 in Google Images for sexiest man on earth. I think I'm number 35 or something right now, or 40, but I'll get there. This is just a kind of a fun little process, and my wife says she's looking forward to bragging about being married to the sexiest man on earth. So I hope I get everyone's vote here tonight. So quick confession, I hate SEO, really hate it. I don't want to build my business around SEO. I don't want to be a search engine optimizer. I don't want to go to search engine optimization conferences. I just hate it. It's just not my thing. So everything that I'm going to show you here tonight I actually discovered by accident. I'm not going to pretend I'm some super whiz that found this out. I discovered it by accident with my own workflow and my own business, just happened to start using this process process, in my workflow, and noticed that Google really liked what I was doing. So really, really accidental process. So one more stat. I know people love stats. They call this, they tell you in internet marketing, you got to show people stats. It gets them excited. This is what gets people going. So again, this was taken today. This is just the last 3 months. This is the biggest report that Google Images will give me, or sorry, Google Webmaster Tools will give me. 3 month snapshot just to show you 53 million impressions and over 250,000 clicks from Google. This is all free traffic, folks. So, if you're watching this and you think about it, 250,000 clicks, what do you pay for a click? Do the math. This is a valuable free traffic procedure, a little tweak that I have that I'm going to show you. So, again, you see the dip at the end here, but it's starting to return back. The holiday traffic really dipped for me just because I cater to web designers, and most of them are taking the holidays off. They're not, buying stock images over the holidays. So this is my website, and I think it's important to share this because most people, I've seen a lot of SEO webinars and presentations, and people are really cagey about the websites that they're ranking because they're doing a lot of things that are tricky. And what I'm going to show you tonight isn't tricky at all, but I want to share with you the website that I'm getting all this traffic and all these impressions for so that I can be 100% transparent about all of this. I'm not an SEO sales guy. I don't normally sell SEO products. I have a vector graphics licensing business. I have about 9,000 cartoons in my database. That's my bread and butter. This is where I make my money. But I'm going to show you how I started to generate all these impressions and all this SEO traffic to vectortunes.com. But this is the actual website that I'm showing you the stats for. So I thought it was important to show you that. I'm not in the make money online business. It's not what I do. I don't have some SEO business. This isn't my thing. I just got this to work. So I'll just quickly tell you what vectortunes.com is. It's a stock vector cartoon images website. So similar to like an iStock photo or any sort of stock photo website, we sell stock cartoons. And we're e-commerce based. We sell the images direct to you. So for about $2 an image, you could buy a cartoon that you use on your website or your sales letters or your printed copy or whatever that might be. It runs on WordPress. Most of you are WordPress users, I'm sure. I am too. I love it. It's a simple way to run your website. And it has thousands of images. So if you have a tenth of the images that I have, if you just have a few hundred images, you're still going to do a reasonable amount of traffic by applying this tweak. So obviously you're here to find out what my big secret is. And it's actually not that big of a secret, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into it with you so that you can see for yourself just how all this stuff works. The secret is I embed EXIF data in my images. Now, some of you are probably saying, what the hell is that? What's EXIF data? I don't know what that is. Rich, do you even know what EXIF data is? Are you there, Rich? Rich is gone.
No, I'm here. You know what? I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I just wanted to turn my microphone on. Exit data. You know what? I'm following this, Brad. And don't get me wrong. I'm actually guilty of doing this stuff. I know exactly where you're going on that, and that's awesome. I never even thought of putting two to two together. I'm so excited to hear the rest of this. So you're going to have to explain this to me, folks. Hang on, because the aha moment is coming up. Believe me. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah. So in short, I'm going to give you my description of what EXIF metadata is. It's the descriptive information that's hidden inside PDF and image files. So most people know what meta tags are. You have a title, you have a description, and often you have keywords in your metadata and your meta tags on your website, right? Every web page has meta tags. So what most people don't know is that JPEG files, Photoshop documents, TIFF files, and PDF files all contain their own internal meta tag structure or metadata structure. You can actually inject data into an image, a title, a description, and keywords. So think about this for a second, right? Every time you pull out your phone, depending on how you've set your phone up with privacy settings, and you take a selfie with your phone, there are dozens of data fields that are buried inside that photograph that you just took on your phone. And one of those data fields, in fact, in many cases, can be the GPS coordinates that picture was taken. A lot of people don't know that, and then they'll go upload that photo to the internet, and their home address is attached to the photograph, right? But metadata has been around for over a decade. It's a standard. It's built into every JPEG file. It's built into most image files and PDF files. So this is not new. This isn't some secret, but it's something that nobody else is doing. And this is the key. When I started doing this, it actually had nothing to do with search engine optimization. It had everything to do with having data that I could search internally on my own hard drive. We were building image assets for our customers, and we wanted to be able to find those images later. So having keywords embedded in them not only made them easier to find locally on our own hard drives, but when a customer downloaded a bunch of images from us and they searched for a word that maybe wasn't in the file name, they would find that file on their hard drive more often. So that works really well if you're delivering documents to people, especially ones that have reviews embedded in them or whatever it might be. You're emailing PDFs to people, or you're doing any kind of document sharing, and it works really well if you have meme type images or images of products that people want to see, and it gives you a huge advantage in Google. As you can see, this has worked out extremely well for me. So I just wanted to show you the before and after. This is a simple properties window on the Mac. You'll have the same thing on a PC, or it'll look a little bit different. But before you apply EXIF data, the image won't have much in the properties window. But after you apply it, you can see I've added sexiest man on earth as the title here. I've added a description, and I've added a whole bunch of keywords to this image. So here's the other cool thing about EXIF data. Once you've embedded this stuff in your image, everywhere it goes, the data goes with it. You can put your website address in here. You can brand it with whatever you want. You can even put HTML inside the image, and in many cases, that data will go with it. So here's an example. Most of you use WordPress. This is an image that I embedded EXIF data into, and when I upload it to WordPress, because it has the EXIF data inside the image, WordPress is smart enough to say, hey, this has a title and a description already. I'm going to grab it from the EXIF data in the image, and I'm going to fill in these fields for you automatically. So in the WordPress media uploader, you upload an image, boom, these two fields are filled in for you. So you get a little bit more optimization, and you can put as much text as you want in the description. And I wouldn't go crazy in the title, but you can put as much text as you want in the title. But I've gone as far as to put 500 words in the description in some cases if it was necessary to spell out what's in the image. So this is really cool. A lot of people don't know this. And the other cool thing is that it works with sharing sites. So when you upload an image that has metadata embedded in it, or a PDF document for that matter, to a number of different websites, and every website's different. Some websites support it, some don't. It's one of those things where you just have to embed the data and start uploading it to different sites and see what happens. But Flickr is one of the most trafficked image sharing websites on the net. And if you want to rank images, or you want to build any kind of portfolio of traffic from a website, Flickr is a great place to go. And when you upload images to Flickr, it takes the title from the EXIF data, it takes the description, and it takes all the keywords and it converts them instantly to tags. So this saves you so much time and effort. Once you've added all this data to your images or your PDF documents, almost everywhere they go, the data shows up. So you don't have to go and retype it or copy and paste it from a notepad file, whatever it is that you might be doing with all of these images. So it's really cool. I mean, a lot of people aren't using this, and it's one of those things where the data's there anyway. And if you have an easy enough way to inject the data into the image and then keep the image in the same format, everywhere it goes, even if people start sharing it or spreading it on other networks or whatever it might be, for the most part, that data goes with the image. So you can put copyright data in there, you can put all kinds of stuff in there. So this is, I promised you a quick and easy webinar. I'm gonna I'm going to keep moving through this, and towards the end, maybe hopefully you have some questions about how all this stuff works. I'm happy to talk about that, but I just wanted to give you a quick comparison of metadata editors. The two easy ones, they're built into your computer, whether you have a Mac or a PC. So if you have a Mac, Preview, it's built into your Mac. You can open up any image in Preview and go to the Get Info screen and then start editing the metadata. It's slow. It works one image at a time, but it works with most formats. It's a pretty clean system. And then in Windows, if you right-click on any JPEG file, there's a Properties option, and there should be a tab there that allows you to edit the title, the description, the metadata, the author, all that kind of stuff. A lot of that data is also there. Again, one image at a time, a little bit slow. And then there's EXIF Utility. Now, this is my tool. That's why I'm here tonight. It's to sell you this tool. I had it developed for my own staff, for my own internal workflow for vector tunes, and it was just the kind of thing that every time I showed it to an internet marketer, they were like, dude, you got to give me a copy of this. So I realized that this is something that everyone's going to want. So I'm going to quickly list off what this has. It's much faster. It works on a huge number of images at a time. You can do thousands of images at a time if you want. It suggests keywords to you, which we're going to show you in a minute. It has built-in thesaurus integration, Google autocomplete. It'll rename your images. It'll export the data to WordPress if you wanted to. It works with most image formats, and it'll maintain your folder structure. So if you want to download your entire WP content folder with all your uploads in it, EXIF Utility will look at that entire folder, pull all your images in, and allow you to edit them without changing the folder structure so that you can re-upload them and replace them. So you don't have to do much else other than download, optimize, and re-upload. So you can outsource this. It's going to be really, really easy for you. This is what EXIF Utility looks like. It looks a little scary at first, but I promise you it's really simple to use. You import in a bunch of images, whether it's one image or 1 million images, doesn't matter. EXIF Utility can handle any amount of images in any folder, and it can be folders and subfolders and subfolders and subfolders, doesn't matter. It'll look at the entire structure for you and pull them all into one easy-to-follow place. And I'll give you a live demo here in a second, but this is a screenshot. You start with a single word. So in this case, it's a pizza face emoji, so I put in the word face. And then it gives me suggestions. It pulls in thesaurus results and autocomplete from Google, and I can edit those suggestions down and copy them to my keywords field. And then I embed the data into my image. It's that simple. So what I wind up with at the end is that cool properties panel that has all that data in it. But then the other data that I can add to it, as you can see here, I can add image title, I can add a copyright notice with my website address in it, and I can add an image author. So it allows you to brand your images to your website. And then, of course, you got the description. You can put as much text as you want in there. You can put, I don't suggest you start embedding articles in there, but you could go that far if there's that much to describe in the image. But if you stay on point with what the image looks like, then it shouldn't take you too much to describe it. Keywords is really where I focus my time. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to grab EXIF Utility tonight, and once we're done this presentation, like I said, we'll go through Q&A, and I'll give you a quick demo of how it works. But EXIF Utility, the big bonus here is it finds keywords for you. So for every one keyword you find, it's going to find 40 more and allow you to really start to go down the rabbit hole and find all the right keywords to match your image. And it'll help you to write a description and a title. Once you have a bunch of keywords, you'll know, which words you want to use in the rest of the image metadata. It works on Mac and PC. I'm a Mac guy, so I had it coded to work on both platforms extremely well. And it works best with PDF files, JPEGs, and TIFFs. Now, EXIF Utility is $197, but this is webinar swaps, and we got to look after you guys and give you a good deal. So tonight we've knocked $100 off of EXIF Utility, and you can grab it by going to this URL. I'm hoping Rich can paste this URL directly into the GoToWebinar box so you can just click on it. But if you go through this URL, ignore the $197 price on the buy button. Just click through, and when you get to the checkout page, it'll auto-apply your coupon, which will take $100 off the final price. Rich, are you there? Because I went through this way fast. And what I'm hoping that we can do here is, what's that?
You did go through here way fast, but I am here, and I did paste the, you could go to the chat box if you want, and that's the clickable link. Just go ahead and click on that. It takes you right the page where if you click on the $197 price, it'll take you right, and it'll get you the $97 price. That's just an awesome figure, Brad, and thank you very much for giving us that $100 discount. That's great, folks. Take advantage of this now because I'm sure this isn't going to last long. Let's talk about some.
I'm just going to give you a quick. I'm going to give you a quick demo before we do any questions.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that this will make it a little bit easier to see. So this is the EXIF Utility app running in the background. I'm just going to minimize my slide here for a sec. So this is the EXIF Utility app, and I've actually pulled in a couple of PDFs from a folder that's on my hard drive here. And this is just I like to make these little comics up to promote my website, and I put them up on Pinterest and that type of a thing. But I start out with a PDF. So I gave this a title. I gave it a copyright notice, 2015 vectortunes.com. I gave it an image author, and I gave it an image description. So then I come up here and I put in a search word. I'm going to type in humor. I've already typed it just to make life easy here. And then I click the search button, and you can see it brings back all these other keywords. Now, some of them don't necessarily fit. In fact, you want to go through these and find the best possible fits. But then you just copy them down to the keywords. And you can see how easy this is. And so let's just go humor, humoresque, humorous, humor me, humor meets comics. I don't know what that is, but we'll leave it in there anyway. Humor jokes, humor sites, humor definition, humor train. So we'll just copy all those down. That'll do for now. And then I'm just going to click apply. And then boom, you can see here it's made a copy of the image for us because we gave it a new name. Okay, and then when we go to the get info, you can see it's added all these keywords for us. It's added the title and the description, which we can't see in this here, but it adds the description, it adds the image author, all that kind of stuff. So that's doing it with a PDF document, but it works just the same with a JPEG file. It works the same with just about anything.
That's so
Rich.
Yeah, no, I'm in awe. I was following you. I was following you while you were doing that, and at first I thought you were highlighting them, and then you were just going to transfer. But in actuality, what you did was you just eliminated the keywords that you didn't want in there, and then you did the copy and paste. How much more easier can you get that? If you don't like that word, take that word out, and boom, it's in there.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, you can fine tune it as much as you want. It's really simple.
Are you ready to take some questions, Brad?
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to pull up my Google Webmaster Tools live here for anybody who thinks I'm fudging my stats, because I know there's a lot of that shenanigans that go on in this space. So just wanted to bring that up live while we're on the call.
I just went ahead and typed that in the chat box. That is a clickable link. So you can just go ahead and click on that link, and that'll take you to the page. Dave is asking if we have videos on a current WordPress site, what do we need to do to be able to add this information to our current images on one of our current sites?
I don't have a video on it, but it's a really simple process. And you know what? I'm going to make a video for my own. I have a help page where I do a bunch of demos for how all that stuff works. So I'll put a video together to show you how to do that. But if you go into your cPanel, your FTP, and you go to your WP content folder, there's a folder in there called Uploads, and that'll be your entire media library. And if you download that folder to your local hard drive, EXIF Utility will go deep into that folder and look at every image in that folder without moving it around, without messing with it. And I'll make a video that explains exactly how all that works, but you can essentially download your entire content library, work on it in EXIF Utility, and then upload it back and just overwrite all the image files with the exact same files that have just been updated with new properties, and you're a business. It's that simple.
I hope that answered your question, Dave. Another question we have, why is something slow suggests that image sizes be listed as part of the description when uploading images? I'm not sure I understand the question, but if you do, Brad, does your software do that?
I don't understand the question either, but the image size isn't something we can define. That's not something we can change with EXIF data. That's built into the image properties itself.
Well, another question. Mary's asking, so how does all of this draw traffic?
Okay, so what happens is Google Images, there's two different types of search, right? When you go to Google and you search for something, like, I'll give you an example. I'll do it right now. Go to Google, and I'll search for, let's pop it to tab here.
Are you going to click on images and see all those images that are portrayed in relationship to what you typed in?
Right. So if I type in, I'm going to just go sexiest man on earth, right? You get page results, but you also get image results, and a lot of people click on these images.
Right, right. And it takes you to all of those images, and each one of those images are embedded with all the stuff you put in there. Correct?
Yeah. Oh, who's that guy? Look who that guy is.
Oh, there's the sexiest man on earth, huh?
That's right. It's me. I'm working on it.
Yeah, look at that.
So what happens is Google reads EXIF data. If you don't have to trust my word for this. You can go online and search. They have their spokesmodel guy. What's his name? Matt Cutts. He does a video where he talks about this. They read EXIF data, and they of course they're a very cagey company. They don't tell you anything about whether or not they're using it. But in my experience, it's worked really well to help my images rank higher. And when someone clicks on an image, like here's an example. I'll give you an example of one of my own. Baby vector, right? I sell vector graphics, so baby vector is a high search phrase. Baby vector on Google, and then actually I'll turn off the hide private results so it doesn't show the private results. This cartoon here is one of mine, and this one here is one of mine. So if you're looking for an image, or you're looking for an infographic or an article about something, whatever it might be, very often you're going to want to click on the images because the images draw your eyes more than the text does. So in this case, this is my image here, right? Crawling baby wearing a diaper, and if I click visit page, which is where the clicks come from, right, it takes me right to my website where this is a $2 image. I can add it to my cart, and boom, I can buy this image, and I can check out with PayPal, and I'm the vendor. I make $2, right?
Quick. Yep.
So, and whether you have an article on this page or you have an offer of some kind on this page and it has a bunch of images on it, the EXIF data that's buried inside the image will draw more image traffic from image search engines because you've optimized your image. In fact, here's an example. Let's say you're an Amazon affiliate and you're selling the same blender everybody else is selling, but you take that blender image and you download it and you clear out the data that's in it, and then you embed good quality EXIF data. I'm not talking about sticking a million keywords in that don't exist, but really simple, on point keywords, title, description. And then you upload that image to your blog, and someone's that blender model higher because it has this metadata in it. It's going to be easier for Google to find because it has this data in it. In many cases, images get renamed to strange things like the day of the week or whatever, or the month, and the date and the time, and all these other things. So the name of the image sometimes loses the context. So this keeps the context in the image, and it helps you to rank higher. Just like if everything else was equal, you and your competitor have the same amount of SEO love and juice and backlinks and all the other crap that Google people think they need, and you have meta tags on your site and your competitor doesn't, chances are you're going to rank a little bit higher because you'll have a title and a description that are easier for a search engine to find. You can have the same content, but the person who takes the extra steps to reduce the friction for a search engine to read their data through meta tags on a web page, the same thing happens with metadata in an image that's embedded in a web page. Does that make sense?
You are absolutely. I mean, I find this amazing. I'll tell you what I do like, Brad, of all things, is clicking on your baby's image alone, the baby vector, and it takes you right to the cart. Right to the cart where they just click add to cart. Next thing you know, it's $2 and they're filling in their information. All for an image that they clicked on, they didn't expect to see on Google Images.
And I even watermark my images. Every one of my images is watermarked.
Yeah.
Right? So you can put your URL. I mean, I'm getting 15 million, 14 and change million in a holiday month impressions on my website of my images, and every one of them is watermarked with vectortunes.com on it. So you can do that with your URL on your website and watermark it. Right? You could be using stock images. You don't have to, have your own cartoons drawn like me. You could do this with infographics. You could do this with product images. You could do this with banners. You could do this with the graphics on your sales page.
Yeah, everything.
Anything.
Yeah, and you know what? That's just amazing. That's just amazing, all that different data. And you're absolutely right with those images. How there's so much information that's just crap in there, but directing all that to where you want it to be sent. I mean, that's awesome. And how many people actually see those images? There's like you said, there's 15 million impressions. What are the odds are out of those people who see those 15 million? What are the odds are one of those images can be you? Go back to your image. Can you go back to your image that you just showed? The Google images.
Yeah. This one here.
Yeah, the one back, the one where you hit "Sexiest Man on Earth" and your picture showed up. So
of course, I'll show you.
Yeah,
I'm happy to show you that one again.
Yeah, I want you to take a look at something.
I'll pop this to a new tab here, and then I'll click on. And keep in mind, I just put this photo up a couple weeks ago. I'm going to turn off the private results so that you just get the raw, unadulterated stuff. Third row, I've got 2 images in the third row here. That I just decided, I put them up on Flickr.
Okay, do you see straight up where you got your purple shirt on, the one where you're smoking the pipe, and then the one where the image is?
Yeah.
You see that guy in the middle?
Yeah.
That's me. Just saying. How did you get that image? Jesus, Brad. I bet if you looked at all that stuff you put in there, it says Rich Willens. Don't do it. Don't do it now, okay? Folks, don't do it.
All right.
All right, that's fine. Just go ahead. All right, I went ahead and I put it again in the chat box. It's the clickable link, and I went ahead in the question box as well, and I put it in there. So if you see it in the question box, just go ahead and do a cut and paste. All right, let's take a look, and I just sent that to everybody. Geez, you hit this a couple of times, so it looks to me like you hit that same question. Where was the URL save in the EXIF data to link to the cart? Fred is asking that. Brad, I think he wants to know when you click on the baby, where is the data link that it takes it right to the cart, or does it take it right to that page?
What Google does when it ranks an image is when it says visit page, it takes you to the page on your website where the image is present. So if you have a sales page and that image is embedded on that sales page, that's where they'll go. So you don't have to put that into the EXIF data. That's nothing that you have to embed. That's just when you embed that image on your web page, Google will index the image and the web page and marry the 2 pieces of data automatically. I think that answers the question.
Dave is asking if I have 3 or more images on a web page, should I use the same information on each of the images, or will that hurt me with Google?
You know what? I can't comment on what hurts and doesn't hurt with Google because nobody knows that, and if I were to pretend I did, I'd be bullshitting you. But my recommendation would be to use unique data for each image. If you have text in your image, copy that text and put it in the metadata. If your image is, if you're using images for your sales page, then copy the data that's in the text that's in that image and just put it right in the description field of the sales page, and maybe call it your product. Headline 1 or sales copy 1 or something like that in the title, and then use numbers as you go down and change that text. But the exact same metadata over and over again, I wouldn't recommend. I mean, obviously the same image author, same copyright information, sure. Maybe similar keywords or the same keywords, but there's always a way to make things unique. And I think the more unique you make your images, the more the more search traffic you're going to get on each one.
Where do I get a Thesaurus API?
There is inside our app where it says Thesaurus API. It's a blue underlined link. If you click on it, it takes you right to the page to get it. Or at the bottom of our sales page, there's a link. But right inside the app, there's where it asks you for your PayPal email and your transaction ID. It will also say Thesaurus API. Just click that blue underlined link, and it'll take you straight to the apply page.
Very, very cool. Very cool software. What do you think, folks? Is it cool software? Go ahead. Put in a 1 if you think it's cool. Ryan says it's cool. Thank you, Ryan, very much. Does this work on Facebook? It's with all images, isn't it? No matter if it's Facebook or if it's somewhere else.
You know what? I don't know how it works on Facebook. I don't think Facebook is I mean, the metadata goes with the image when you upload it to Facebook.
Right.
I don't know if I can't say whether or not it improves their search because I haven't really done much with them. So I'm going to say no, but the data still works. Like the JPEG will still carry the data.
This is very awesome software. This is a must for your library, and especially with the deal that we're getting tonight. Brad is so kind enough to give us a coupon for $99 off, or half price, and it's $97. Take advantage of this now. You can click on a link in the chat box. I went ahead and did a clickable link, and I'm going to do it again, and you can see the clickable link there.
Remember, when you get to the sales page, the price will say $197. Click it anyway, and on the checkout you'll see that there's a coupon applied because you're on this webinar and you went through this URL. We'll take $100 off, so you get it for $97. I should also mention that I'm giving away a $20 gift card to vectortunes.com to every single person who buys tonight. So it'll automatically show up on your download page. There'll be a download to get a PDF gift card, and it's good for $20 worth of stock graphics. So you can download my stuff and use them on your website, and you can embed EXIF data into them to start ranking your pages for different things. So we give you that as well. And I should mention there's a 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee. If you have trouble using the software or it just doesn't work out right for you or whatever the case may be, let me know. I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. Just send an email to our help desk. Take a look at the help videos on exifutility.com. You'll get an email with a link to the help videos. Maybe about 15 minutes of your time, you'll understand how to use the software intrinsically, and you'll be off to the races.
Well, there you have it. This is probably one of the greatest values that you could possibly get. You got right to the point, Brad. You showed us what the software does. It's excellent software to give us the keywords that we need to just bring us in a little bit of traffic. Now, if you think about this, the amount of cost that goes into what your return of investment is, if just one of those images, and think about this, I mean, yeah, Brad, 15 million is impressive, but if we have 100 clicks to our website with a shot at selling, one thing, that more than pays. That more than pays for this product. And if we do it every day, if one image was clicked every day of your images forever and a day, wow, like you said, it's unlimited traffic. And that's being a cynic. It does get out there, Brad. Those numbers aren't inflated.
What's great about this is that, you can give this to someone who works for you. That's how I built this. I built this for a girl who works for me full-time in the Philippines who does all my titles, descriptions, and keywords for all of the images on vectortunes.com. We have like 9,000 images. I think we have 7,000 individual images up on our website right now. We have 9,000 in our catalog, and her job is to catalog the images, and I built this for her to speed up her workflow so that I could give her thousands of images and not have to wait months for the work. Right now she's doing the work 3 to 10 times faster depending on the image than she was doing it when she used to do all this stuff by hand. So we've assisted her by pulling in these APIs and finding Google Suggest and thesaurus words that go with the search terms and allow you to leverage up and multiply your time, right? You can get 10 times the results out of the same amount of time working on a single image. So you could give this to someone in the Philippines or anywhere, or in America or wherever you are, wherever you want to hire somebody. But I like to deal with people in the Philippines because they're, the cost of living there is really low and the cost to pay them is much lower than, the traditional North American worker. And if you give them something like this with a little bit of training, they can take your entire, if you already have a blog. One of my customers showed me the other day, she has a recipe blog with like 10,000 images in it, and she downloaded the whole thing, and she was working on the entire database of images in EXIF Utility. So you can download your entire WordPress, everything you've already done, optimize your images, and then re-upload them, and you're going to overwrite the old ones, and then Google eventually is going to index those images, and those images are going to start to rank better. And then, of course, anything new that you do, whether it's images or PDF documents. I just showed you how to do this with a PDF document. PDF documents have similar metadata.
Can anybody out? Can you see what? Can you understand how this can benefit all of us. I mean, this is awesome. Go ahead and put in a 1 if you can. Help us out here. Let's do a little participation here. Can this help you out? Go ahead and put in a 1. Whoever this can help out, this product right now before we go on. And if you have anything that you would like to hear more about, like Neil is saying, I don't get it. Well, all right, we'll have to go over this again because we have some more questions. But how about it? Is this something that everybody could use, or at least whoever's left on our webinar? Go ahead and punch in 1. All right, awesome. Awesome. Graham, Drew. All right, Al, that's Robert. Milton, great. Awesome. Rick, Slam. I like that name, Slam. Brad, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and take a couple more questions, and what do you say we put on about a 5-minute time limit on this? And what we can do is we can take whatever questions we have. I mean, we'll stay as long as we want, but we know that that your time is important. And folks, if you need more information on why this is going to benefit you, now is the time to jump on board. So let me go to a couple of questions. Will this work with current event images?
Current event images, meaning like news images? I don't see why not.
In
fact, that's probably a great way to do it. Is to outrank everyone else.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, is there a copyright? Is there a copyright issue with that if you take somebody else's image and embed your stuff in it?
I'm not going to speak to that. If you're taking anybody else's image, unless you have permission to use the image, yeah, I can't speak to that. That's,
right. Okay. Yeah. Basically,
that's probably not kosher.
Well,
you can buy images though. There's lots of websites that sell red carpet celebrity images.
Right.
Like sites like When, and there's lots of places that do that. Just for Anil, who asked, said he doesn't get it. This is a JPEG image, and these are the keywords that are attached. They're embedded right inside the JPEG image. So most people don't know that this exists. In fact, the cool part is you might start outranking your competitors, and if they don't know to download your image and look at them in a metadata viewer or properties editor, they won't even know what you're doing. Like, this is so kind of stealthy that most people don't even know this stuff exists. Like these, you open up an image and that there's all these data fields that we can edit and all this stuff there. Most people don't realize this stuff. So you can see here, creator, the headline, the title, all this data that goes with the image that most people don't think to embed. That's all there is to it, man. It's
and you know what? And it makes so much sense. And I'm telling you, what convinced me, Brad, is when you clicked on your little baby and it took you right to the add to cart. If you have an e-commerce site, or if you have something that you are selling, and you put up a whole crap load of images, I mean, how can you not? If people are looking for these keywords and those images come out, and your image happens to grasp, kind of like my online marketing millionaire logo that you don't like. Oh, but you won't comment on it. Yeah, I got every bit my $5 worth out of that. I'm just letting you know that for a fact. But you're absolutely correct. If people see online marketing millionaire, they see that image, they click on that. All that data image that I want them to know, or computer to computer to know, is going to be there. And if they click on that image and it comes to my site and it turns into a sale, turns into an added member, and just think of how many times do these keywords work? With all these search engines and stuff like this. So anyway, awesome software. Go ahead. In the chat box, like I said, is the clickable link, and in the question box, I went ahead and did the question box too. Graham is saying I can see value in ebook images. Awesome. Thank you, Graham, very much. Don't tell too many people this year, please, says Ryan. How would you do it with a PDF file? Didn't you discuss that?
I just did it with a PDF file.
Okay.
It's exactly the same as with the JPEG. That was the demo that I did was on a PDF.
Got you. Can you add geotags to your software?
That's something that we're actually working on. We're working on a couple of things for the next version, which will be a free update to everybody who buys it. We're adding the ability to edit movies, MP4 files, and add a whole bunch of other metadata, including geotag information. That's a little bit more complicated, so we want to get the software out for the basic SEO stuff right away. The geotagging is a little bit more complex, but it is something that we're going to be adding. So if you buy this copy, this is going to be the best deal you're going to get it for. Nobody else is going to have this offer for you at this point. So this is really the best deal to get it for $97. Grab it now, and when we add the geotagging, you'll just get an email that says there's an update. You can go download it.
Now, J. Mike is saying the website price shows $197. Is there a discount code? Do they need to add this coupon or anything, Brad?
No. If you click that price, that'll take you right to the checkout page with the coupon embedded. Assuming you went through this special URL here, that'll apply your coupon instantly for you. So just ignore the $197 price on the sales page. Click it anyway, and the checkout page, you'll see it already says $97.
And I went ahead and again I added it into the chat box. Mike is saying thanks very much. I too also want to add in a bonus. Brad, are you going to be in San Diego in March at Marketing Mayhem 2015?
I am 90%. I'm going there next month for traffic and conversions, so I'm 90% going, but I can't say for sure yet.
Well, that'll be awesome. Folks, I've been authorized by powers that be that if you have reservations at the hotel, or if you're taking, you're taking advantage of our special at the hotel, I'll be able to add one person with a VIP ticket. So here's my bonus to you. If there's somebody out there that would like to take advantage of this program for $97, including the $20 coupon to Vector Tunes, you're going to get a free VIP ticket to Marketing Mayhem being held in San Diego. Coming up March the 20th, 21st and 22nd, you'll get a free VIP ticket. How's that? If that's not incentive to take advantage of this,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a great giveaway.
Oh, it is. You know what? And I'll tell you what. We want to see you out there. Brad will be out there. I'll be out there. You'll be my personal VIP. J. Mike says he's in. Congratulations. And J. Mike, if you're going to be in San Diego, we look forward to. No, it does not include the flight from Thailand. Let me be clear about this. Here's the stipulation. Make it to this hotel because this event is going to be awesome. Grab one of the cheapest rates in San Diego that you could possibly get. Plus, everything happens at this hotel. If you grab one of these hotel rooms, that's for anybody here tonight. Not only is it a great deal, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a VIP ticket. So that will be awesome. I look forward to seeing you there. Brad will be there. It does not include any flights at all. It includes this. You get one VIP ticket, you get a hotel room, and you attend at Marketing Mayhem. So, all right, Brad, what do you say we go ahead and wrap it up? Let's make it about 2 minutes. Let me see if there's any more questions. Can these changes be made within Windows 7?
I believe so, yeah. You can do them. I mean, our software does it perfectly inside Windows, and if you want to just do it in the Properties panel inside Windows, it's a little more convoluted. Just right-click on the file and go to Properties, and I think there's a tab there that allows you to edit it, but I don't know. I'm not a Windows guy, so I can't speak to every version, but it should work fairly well within Windows 7. And then there are other software apps that do this. Exif Utility is the only one that offers suggestions, which makes your life a lot easier, but you could do this inside Photoshop. You could do it with Adobe Bridge. There's a number of tools that will do this for you. The easiest one is mine, just because it actually gives you suggestions. That's the big plus if you're going to.
And that's why we're looking at thesaurus. We want to rank those keywords. There's people out there that are just will throw in those off the wall words. Does this work with the folder structure of any website, regardless of CMS? I have no idea what that means.
Yes, I know what it means. Okay. It does. So you can download an entire folder structure, right? And that means you've got folders within folders within folders. Exif Utility will look at the top-level folder and import every piece of media in all the subfolders of subfolders of subfolders, and it will keep them all in their place. It doesn't move any files around. And then you can go into Exif Utility and edit all those files one by one. There's some bulk editing tools in there as well, so you can run it all in bulk. Get your keywords, get your titles, get your descriptions, get all your copyright info into all your photos, And then once all that data has been embedded, you can do that in one click. You can embed thousands of images with data in one click, or you can do them one at a time. Take that same folder now and upload it back to your CMS, your content management system. So that could be WordPress, that could be Magento, that could be whatever it is that you're using. And the folder structure will stay the same, the image file names will stay the same, and they'll overwrite the old images. It'll ask you, do you want to overwrite the images? Say apply to all, and yes. It'll overwrite all the images, and all the new images will be exactly the same, except they'll be optimized.
Here's a great question. Could you include your own keywords to the thesaurus?
Well, you can type your own, you can type your own keywords in all day long. So this is, I should show that. So if I can go back to the software here, I can go in and I can type whatever I want in here. Keyword 1, cartoon man, that type of thing. Or I can go back and I can find more stuff. So I could say, computer, because he's working on a computer. And then I can do a search, and it's going to find all the words related to computer. And so again, I can go in here and say, okay, I don't know why I would want reckoner or some of these other things, but we'll just delete that, and we'll delete those, and I'll copy these down. And he's at a computer desk, so we can use that. Not necessarily anywhere else. So autocomplete those down. And so you could just keep finding more and more images, and you can then type in whatever you want into the actual keywords box here. This is just a tool to make your life easier. So, if I want to search for man, it's going to find me all the different, keywords related to man. And again, I would delete out what I don't want, copy down what I do. And if there's anything duplicated in here, we'll automatically remove it before we edit it into the image, so you don't have to worry about that. But you can, I should have shown that. You can type in your own keywords, or you can use the research tool, or a bit of both. Everything is completely editable. And then the other cool thing is that if you have multiple images, it allows you to look at them in a list, so you can edit multiples at one time, and then you can apply the data to all the images in your list. And again, if you have thousands in here, you can work on thousands at a time, or you can work on them one at a time. It's really that simple.
I've been going through all the questions, Brad. I believe there are all the questions we've answered. J. Mike says, I'm in. I just got your program in the Webby. Will this help me with my local limo company? Crowdfunding sites. Do we have training?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of questions. Is there training on the website? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do have training. We've got help videos built right in that show you how to do all the basic functions of Exit Futility that I just showed you, plus some more advanced stuff. And we're adding more and more training. So, and this is a new app for me. This is not something that that I've been selling for years or whatever the case may be. So we're looking for suggestions. If you want to see stuff in the next version, hit me up. I make my Skype ID available to every customer. I've gotten onto screen share calls with people to help them when they're stuck. I really want to know how you're using it and how I can make it better. So, if you have a need for a certain type of training that I don't have the video for, I'll get on a call with you and I'll make the video. We'll make the video together. So whatever you need to learn about Exit Futility and how to use it, I'll jump in and roll up my sleeves and actually help you use it, because I really want to see people using this data more and more. I know that most of you don't compete with me. In fact, I don't think anybody that I do webinars for is in the stock image business. So I'm not too worried about creating a bunch of competitors. That's a business most of you aren't going to get into. But if you have a local limo company and someone's searching for your city and limo, and you have photographs of your customers or just people using limousines or your limo fleet or whatever that might be, that have that matching keyword, your images are going to show up in Google Images. And not only that, it does help rank your web pages better too. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you have properly indexed meta images on your web page, Google sees that as better context, right? The data in the image matches the data on the web page, and that gives you a higher rank for context.
Yeah, it's amazing. When you typed in a search keyword, and Google popped up, and then it had the separate line for images, which was I think was the third line down. If you can get yourself ranked into one of those images, like you said, boom, you click on it, it takes you right to your page, wherever you're selling something, or whatever information you want to do this. It's an amazing piece of software. It's something that you should be done in relationship to the local limo company. Yeah, go ahead and type up 20 pictures of limos, or your company, or your city, or just, when people do click on those images, they're going to come to your company. It's
people,
awesome.
Whenever I search for limos, I rent limos all the time. I go to Vegas, and I go to a lot of towns, and I love to get limos. And I always click on the interior pictures. So if you've got really good wide-angle shots of the interior of your limos, and you start ranking those for the city name, right? A lot of the time, maybe I'm searching for Las Vegas limousine, or Las Vegas stretch excursion, or whatever that might be, and you've got these photographs of the interior. That's what I'm going to click on first, because I know what they look like on the outside. Right. I want to know what they look like on the inside, because that's where they're unique. So show me those, rank them for your city, and people are going to click on those. And if they go to, if it's a visit page goes through to someone who's renting limos in that city, bang, you're going to get those deals, yep. Right? Because people see the limo, now they picture themselves inside it. Click on the visit page, boom, rent this limo, book right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Can you use images that have already been posted on Facebook?
You could just take your existing images and change the metadata in them, and either overwrite the existing image on your website, or just create a new blog post or a new page with that image embedded in it.
You know what? I'd have to think. Will it work for? Rick was asking if it'll work for traffic on Facebook fan pages. I'm imagining that, with the metadata you put in, if you put your Facebook fan page on there, people click on it, it's going to take you to that fan page. Correct?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I don't do much with Facebook fan pages, so I can't really say.
Well,
but I can't see it hurting. Let's put it this way: it definitely can't hurt you.
Gotcha.
Right. So if it helps, or it's the kind of thing you have to look at too. That if it, maybe Facebook doesn't read it as nicely as Google does today, but maybe 6 months from now, Facebook all of a sudden supports EXIF data, and you're ahead of the curve. How cool is that, right? So you never know, where this is going to play out for you, and how you're going to get that, where that extra traffic is going to come from. I'm getting 250,000 clicks over a 30-day period through Google Images. Or sorry, 250,000 clicks over a 3-month period, a 90-day period in this screenshot. My average cost per click from a place like Facebook, 75 cents to $1. So there's $250,000 worth of free traffic here. And again, you might do this on a level a tenth that I'm doing it, or 100th.
Right.
The level that I'm doing it. If you're getting $2,500 a month worth, or every 3 months worth of traffic because you did this, that's free advertising. That's free traffic. You can't you can't beat that. So you've got to look at this and say, hey, this is an easy way for me to outrank my competitors. Chances are they won't even know what I'm doing if they're trying to reverse engineer it, because they're really going to have to dig deep to figure it out. So it's going to get you traffic that you just didn't have access to before.
Exactly. Brad, awesome webinar. We went for about an hour. It was just everything that we needed to know. We know. Thank you so very much for coming by. I went ahead and I put the clickable link in once again in the chat box. I also put it in. In fact, I'll do that once more. It's a cut and paste link that you can go ahead and just cut and paste, and that's in the question box. I did the clickable link in the chat box. Brad, if people were on the fence, somebody's sitting there, they're going, okay, I just listened to this whole thing. I'm on the fence. I'm not really sure. The $97, what kind of information can I get from you that'll help me make the right decision?
Look, if you don't trust the sexiest man on earth, who can you trust? Really, at the end of the day. I'm almost the sexiest, at least I'm number 35 right now, most sexiest man on earth according to Google. So it's got to speak to something. It's got to say something.
God.
You know what? Honestly, if you're on the fence, just jump. Just take the plunge. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If this doesn't work for you, Google can take longer than 30 days in many cases. But if you don't love the app, or you just find it's not for you, or whatever the case may be, just say, hey, Brad, I want my money back. I'm not going to call you up like a baby and say, hey, what do you mean you don't want to keep it? I want you to keep it. Let's give you your money back. Like, if you don't want it, I don't want you to have it. It's that simple. So, it's the software is locked to your transaction ID. If I refund you, you won't be able to use it anymore. So I'm not worried about giving you your money back. If you want to try it, you've got 30 days. See if it's for you. If it isn't, great. If it is, keep using it, and spread the word. Tell people, how much you love it. Tell me how much you love it.
I'm going to tell you, I love it, Brad. I think that's just an awesome. Thank you so very much for coming by tonight. We are going to have a replay. I'm going to send it out to everybody. I'm going to make sure that you get it. I'm going to throw it on the YouTube and on the website Online Marketing Millionaire that you don't like the logo for, but we'll talk about that later.
We're still on the logo. Are we hurt?
No, I need a vector tune. That's what I need. I just need, I like the selfie one. She's hot. Can you hook me up?
Yeah, that's Carol. I have literally have hundreds of images of her on my website. She's one of my most popular cartoons.
Kills me knowing that you got 7,000 for sale. You got 2,000 that this poor lady in the Philippines is just loading all this information to your images. And when I think back, all people have to do is click on your image, and you're taken right to your cart. $2.
It's $2. It's an easy buy, right? I make it really easy for people.
Yeah, $2, okay. And you know what? And you were talking about the watermark. I used to, always just download images that, when I see that stupid Shutterstock on there, go, damn, I can't use that one. Everybody's going to know I stole it. Shutterstock. And yeah, they have, your images on there. People, more likely than not, people who are going to be customers, are going to pay you for it. They're not going to kill you for $2. That's awesome. So, folks, take advantage of it now. Here you go. I'm going to send the replay out. Brad, thanks a million. Everybody.
One more thing I'll mention, Rich, before we close this off.
Okay.
I was thinking about your on-the-fence question, and it just hit me that the other thing that's really important about this is that internal search on the hard drive is almost as important. So if you're delivering information products to people in the way of PDFs and they're downloading them from your website, you want to be at top of mind with your customers all the time. So the more keywords you've embedded into that PDF metadata, the more often your PDF will show up on an internal search on a hard drive on Windows or Mac. So, if you're delivering any kind of reports or ebooks or any of that kind of stuff to your customers, the better keyworded those reports are, the more often they're going to show up on internal searches in the hard drive. And a lot of the time, those reports will have affiliate links in them or upsells or other things. So, it's great to rank for Google, but the whole reason why I built this in the first place was to make the files easier to find on mine and my customers' hard drives after they download them. So, the original intention for this software, I think, is still valid for anybody who's looking to buy it. If you've got any kind of downloadable stuff that you're giving people. So there you go. That's all.
There you go. Mike says, thanks. What I just learned, I'm going to learn again. I just bought. I can't wait for the replay. I go, I'll have it up there as soon as I can. Everybody, thank you very much. Brad, thank you very much. On behalf of the entire Webinar Swaps JVZoo Rich Willens webinar crew, which includes E. Brian Rose, Chad Kesselman, and Brian Zimmerman, my name is Rich Willens. Thank you so very much for coming by. Brad, thank you. We will see you on the replay and the next time on another edition of what you just heard. Thanks, everybody. Too hip, too cool, gotta go. Brad, adios, I'm a ghost. See ya next time. San Diego. Love you. Love your show. Bye, everybody.